Wait. What? Hey guys, well, this is a bit weird. I was not expecting to be doing anything useful for the video. I was just sort of... I'm gonna show you guys. I was just sort of doing the whole crafting thing. I have like a whole bunch of amulets that I was about to sell to my man Sildren, and then I go to bed, and now I'm here. Which is a bit iffy. I guess I'm gonna have to see where this goes. I'm gonna have to put my capitalism on hold, I suppose. Christ. Strange dream. Oh, are we gonna meet what's his face again? Is he gonna like talk smack about how I think I'm such a big shot and I have to just stand there in silence knowing that he's full of shit? Ew. Well, listen, I'm not the one to judge sexual preferences, but can you sort of leave me out of this? That would be great. That would be fantastic if you could do all of this without involving me. Would that not be, you know, is that not a reasonable thing to ask? I guess not. I can't even take the mushes. This is the shittiest dream ever. Now I'm gonna have a look around first. Ooh. Okay. Okay. What the fuck is that? Is that Majora's Mask? The hell? There's nothing here. There's like actually nothing interactable. I guess the only thing to do is go watch while the man presumably fondles himself. Right, buddy? You can pretend otherwise, but...
Dawn is coming. Seek the first seer.
Oh shit. It's the father? I'm screwed. I'm sort of passing out. That was it. That was the only thing, really. I had to do the whole video thing just for this. Well, fine. Then I'm just gonna keep going and crafting. I'll meet Tharael in a minute. I'll see you guys back once I've done all the boring shit. Alright, good morning, lads. Welcome back to Enderal. I had a bit of a thing to see what we could do, and considering we got like the weird spooky vision about the father, and at the same time, apparently TLR seems to be ready for us. Apparently we're gonna have to talk with like the highest and the lowest in the city today. I guess I'm gonna start with the highest since I'm in the Noble's Quarter already, although, you know, I have to teleport anyway. Let's see. Where even should I find... Speak with the first seer? Wait, speak with the first seer. No. Am I seeing this right? Oh yeah, this is the same quest, but the only thing I have to do is find Tharael first. Okay, I'm just gonna go see what TLR is on about first. I know for a fact the man's gonna send me out on some crazy adventure, because this is still Elder Scrolls after all. I just don't know where. Like, if I look at the map, I've already done a lot. I'm fairly happy with everything I've done already. I believe I still have to finish the Dark Valley, but there's not that much to do over there. What I also have to do is go back to the Farmer's Coast, find some eggs, and some herbs and spices, apparently. And I also need to head down to the Powdered Desert. Apparently most of my quests seem to take me there for the moment. Which is interesting. I'm assuming this is where... I'm sort of hoping that TLR is gonna send me there next. That might be useful.
Keep walking.
Now where the hell am I supposed to fight TLR again? I guess in the same place as usual.
Now where did I
How you guys doing?
Let's hope he knows what
Yeah, fucking Malphus. Let's hope he's not real anymore. I sort of forgot which of the gods we already slain in Nehrim, but I'm sort of assuming that Malphus was one of them.
Huh? Apparently we owe you for the shards of this sigil stone.
Oh, it's you.
I didn't think I would ever say this, but thank you.
Ah, you're welcome, you blowhard.
This is too dangerous, whatever they want here. If we send spies and they get caught, Nehrim will see this as a provocation.
Poor, poor people. All they did was invade a foreign country, and look how ruthless we are, sending spies in order to find out why they're here. We should be ashamed.
Save the sarcasm. We both know what I mean. You know my opinion, Tila.
I will consider it.
You can consider anything you like, mate. I'm still gonna do whatever I want to do. And since I'm your near and dear prophetess, you kind of have to listen to me, so fuck you. Am I supposed to descend like a graceful goddess? I guess I am.
You come at the
Kablamo.
right time, prophetess.
What?
Commander, explain the situation.
Okay. I'm gonna dance on the
course,
table in the meantime.
Grandmaster. Yesterday, we received word from one of our outposts in Duneville.
I have zero
One of the
respect for you,
fishermen there
in case you
saw
didn't notice.
warships anchoring on an island some miles from shore, and they bear the Nehrimese flag.
We have already sent scouts to confirm this, and it is true. The Nehrimese have invaded our land.
Well, yeah, I've been here for days now. Why are they doing this?
We have a suspicion. I suppose you know that the civil war in Nehrim has ended 2 months ago. And who won it?
Me?
The combined forces of the Northern and the Middle Realm, led by Taranor Korek of Kabait.
Oh yeah,
The
wasn't
southern
he
rebels
sort of a
and the
good man?
remnants of the Creator's Temple have been destroyed.
He may have
Once
slaughtered
for
too many
all.
people to still be a good man,
Now
but...
Nehrim has been united under the banner of the free people of Nehrim. How they like to call themselves. And this could be the reason for these warships.
Wait, so... why would they risk another war when they have their island again? Like, what the hell?
Because of this Korek.
It is said that he helped Narathzul Aranthiel shortly before the Lightborn was
Oh, he
slain.
started getting his arrogance, I suppose.
And while before that, he was an opportunist who changed his ideals as often as his underpants. It seems that his crusade with Narathzul converted him, so to speak.
Yeah,
He
that's
has
his
become
MO.
a declared enemy of religion.
Narathzul's a madman.
He also thinks of the death of the gods
Or was a
as the
madman.
first step of many. And now he sees it his task to rid Vin of religion once and for all. Free the world from the scourge of faith. These are his
Yeah,
words.
as if that's not
Though it
faith
is worth
itself.
mentioning that his understanding of freeing includes mass executions and the burning down of temples.
Yeah, I get it, I
He's
get
a
it.
fanatic, and worse, his men worship him for it. What he wants is to found a new world.
He's the biggest
and his
fedora, I
free
get it.
people of Nehrim are supposed to be vanguard of it.
So... well... isn't that sort of what the Order once did?
Well, with the small but subtle difference that it was Narazul's vision to restore the human right of self-determination, and not to obliterate every kind of superstition or spirituality.
It is plain stupid to believe a way of thinking can be beaten out of someone's head with just enough violence.
That is true.
The only thing that does is radicalize.
That is very true.
Though a world without religion would be a better one, that's without doubt.
I disagree.
Nonsense. The people need a higher power that guides them. You can see what
Wait, where's
chaos the death
Lashira?
of the Lightborn brought on the world, and without your orders doing, all this would never have happened.
No, the chaos that's happening now is from the people, because the gods are dead. God, you people are all so wrong. I hate you guys. So what else is there to know about Terranor?
Not much. Or... yes, there is. He's
I think you guys have spent too much time sitting around the long table. Too little time with the people.
Ornamented with a picture of his and an inscription saying, "Praise me."
Right. So you suspect that Korek is here, you know, because they want to get rid of the last remaining shreds of people's hopes, and faith, or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah.
What Korek doesn't understand is that we're doing this to prevent a crisis.
I'm not too sure if I believe you still. Can't you just tell the people the truth?
Not before the High Ones have been stopped. The civil war on Kile, Nerim, and Arazial shows what chaos such a revelation can cause. And we will not take this risk.
Yeah, your people are too dumb to handle the truth, right? So you gotta be high and mighty, sit in your ivory tower. You know, I could still just go out there and tell them. They probably would think I'm a mad lass, but, you know. So, what if we talk to Korek? Maybe, you know, he can sort of chill.
That is the problem. Pigast?
We believe that Korek already knows about the cycle and the cleansing.
Really?
And that he...
Oh, there you are.
How should I put it? Wants it to happen.
Okay. But we are talking about something that just would end everything, right?
I'm afraid so. I know how strange this sounds, but in a way it makes sense. For him, Enderal as the home of the Holy Order is the epitome of ignorance and stagnation. And we suppose he even knows that we are fighting these High Ones. But in his eyes, everything a paragon of the Old Order tries to prevent from happening must be something good.
Yeah.
Maybe he even sees the High Ones as prophets of his new era. Who knows? Fanatics are unpredictable.
Right now, this is only an assumption, but we have to know.
So, I guess you need a spy.
Yes. Do you know what a silver plate is?
Enlighten me.
They are relics from Arctwend. What makes them unique is their power to transfer sound. Every plate has a counterpart, and if someone standing near one plate says something, the one standing near the other one hears it too.
So you're just putting in a
Our plan is
MacGuffin
to
walkie-talkie,
place 2 of the
sure.
plates in their camp. That way we can sound them out without risk.
And you want me to do this, I'm assuming.
You, Firespark, and the mercenary, Dalvarek.
Dalvarek?
However, you cannot travel to the island by ship. That would be too conspicuous.
We found out that the Pyreans had some kind of underground transporting system.
Oh no, not the trains again.
That's what they called them. These trains connected the most important regions of the realm with each other, and thus probably also the temple on the island where Korek's ships set anchor. If we can manage to find one of these trains, we could use them to get right to his camp. And as it happens, we have information about a Pyrean temple in the Crystal Forest. One that is still intact enough for us to find a way into one of these trains.
The Living Temple.
That's how you call it, yes. But enough of the chit-chat. First of all, we need to find the gem that is used to open the gate of the temple. And I have a guess where we could find it. A village called Fogville, not far from the Whisper.
I've already been there. When do we head out?
As soon as possible. Joseph the mercenary has already traveled to Fogville, and you should do the same. I will meet you there.
Sorry,
Talking about accomplished facts or what?
It is the only way. I'm sorry, Natara. Prophetess, I'm counting on you. Find out why Korek is here.
Oh, Jaspar. Dalvarek Jaspar. Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I guess I'm fucking off then. Yeah, you're the grumpy man, aren't you? And then we crashed. It's been a while since we crashed. It's nostalgic almost. Huh, Kalia's right here. Can I talk to her?
Yes.
I can apparently talk to her. I don't remember if we already talked about this before, but...
It was stitched into the blanket they found me in near that village. I don't really know if it is my actual name, but I had nothing else to go with, so it stuck.
So, can we talk about, you know, the evil inside you?
If it's really necessary.
The evil within,
What do
so
you
to
want
speak.
know?
So, has that happened before?
If that were the case, I probably wouldn't be here right now, would I? No, it hasn't.
Wait, really? That was the first
Usually,
time?
it's just thoughts. And they're almost always there. It's as if there's always something lurking in the dark corners of my mind, just waiting for me to give in.
God damn.
It's tough, to say the least. I don't know if you can relate to that.
I probably shouldn't be forced to answer that question. So, it actually does make you super powerful, doesn't it? But that's probably not a thing you want to think about, because it also kind of makes you evil. What do you think would happen if you actually gave into it?
Honest answer? I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Yeah, basically my point.
As I told you in the Schola, if I really am the one to blame for that massacre in the village, if this memory is real, then the answer to your question is yes. I would transform into whatever this creature is, but it will never come to that. You have my word.
Sure. I mean, the fact that you can transform into a horde eldritch beasts, it's not really the thing that bothers me. What would bother me is that we can't seem to talk about it, because then I would assume you have something to hide. So, you know, we're cool. We're cool.
Yes, but at what price? It isn't just what happens on the outside when it tries to take me over, Saira. At least not just that. It's what goes on inside. My thoughts, my feelings. Imagine you are walking through a forest, all on your own. Then you hear heavy breathing, sobbing, and as you follow it, you find a wounded hunter. He's been mauled by a bear and is now heavily injured and delirious. That is the part of me that is myself, would want to help this man, to get him to safety.
Yeah, as if.
But the moment I see blood, the smell of death, these other thoughts start invading my mind.
Is that actually a thing you should be talking about in front of the statue of Malthus? Well.
Yes. And that sight, it would arouse it. I can't find a better word for it. If I were to give in, it would... Forgive me, Saira. I can't talk about this. I am sorry.
Hey, listen. If you're ever so desperate that you're fearing for your life, at least you have like a trump card. You should sort of still feel okay about that. I'm sorry for pushing you, though.
Yeah, it's just odd to talk about it like this.
Yeah, I get it, but it's good to talk about it. How do I go back? I can't seem to go back in the conversation.
Oh shit. I have to remember that.
Yes, it is. Master Tyrus, my foster father. He was half Kyranian, as you might have guessed already. Some words just stuck around.
I'm not entirely sure if I've done this entire conversation before, so I'm just gonna go through it again. It's been a while.
Tattoo? Oh, of course, you mean my mark. I've had that for as long as I can remember, and I don't have the slightest idea as to how I got it.
Someone must have put it on you, right?
That's what Tyrus said too. But if it has a meaning, it's obscure. I couldn't find anything in the books, and the Magisters couldn't put their fingers on it either.
Huh. Is it magical?
No, it isn't. It's just there, that's all.
Yeah, as if.
I mean, it does look kind of spiffy. Gives your face some character, as most things do, but...
It does. You're the first to tell me that. But thanks, I guess.
Yeah, cheers. Can you get rid of it?
Not without leaving a bad scar,
Yeah.
at least according to the apothecary. And even if that weren't the case, I don't know if I'd want it gone. It reminds me of something.
Yeah, that's the point. You know, when things get altered in certain ways, you know, forcibly adding stuff or removing stuff, as is the stuff with the vandalism and, you know, things breaking by accident. I think the Japanese have a word for that. Like, you can fix stuff, and they're still gonna look like they've been fixed and they've been broken before, but that doesn't mean they look worse. Because when something is marked with a, you know, mark of the past, so to speak, it gives you character. It just makes you who you are.
Yes?
Nobody's really broken. All we are is just people with pieces, and we're trying to fit them together as best as we can.
Well, what should I think about them? They're disquieting. Speaking of which, recently there's been word from the League of Apothecari up north. They say that their studies on the Red Madness haven't borne fruit yet, and that it is like no disease they've ever encountered. Honestly, that has rid me of the last of my doubts about the cycle being real, just as the Grandmaster said. Let's just hope we can find out how to stop it.
Oh shit. I have to remember.
I see. Okay. Well, it was great talking to you. You are a lovely lady.
Move along.
But before we actually go find our friends in Fogville, I'm gonna go down to the bowels of hell and meet with Thariel.
And thy path I will.
Oh, there he is. I found him in the False Dog. He's in the tavern.
Work.
I could play some games as well if I wanted to. I don't really need to. I'm like shitting money, so can I just have a chat with the man? We're sort of friends now, right?
Interesting. I was just thinking about you.
Really?
Ah, never mind. What is it?
Can I ask you something?
What?
He's still a very stern man, but that's okay, because he probably knows he needs me. Can you tell me more about the Relame?
Why?
Because I'm an asshat.
Fine. I can give you the essentials, but beyond that, I can't be bothered. Ask.
Right. How do you become one?
Above all else, to leave your old life behind you. All contact is buried, all bridges burned.
Look at Lady go, she's
Most
amazing.
of them call themselves orphans even if they once had a family. In other words, if you conscribe yourself to the Relata, the Relas and his teachings are your new life, and the Relame your new family.
I love the lady.
Everything you think,
sorry man,
everything you dream is subject to the goal of achieving transcendence. Liberation from the human body.
Right, so you guys managed to find a way to turn even Easter religion into a dogma. Oh, the lady stopped dancing. Come on, I was just about to comment. It's like a super sad song, and she's like doing a very happy dance. She's like actually doing her own thing. I respect that. I love it. So, how long has a Rolata been alive?
Since the father founded it, 400 years ago.
Jesus Christ, how does he stay alive?
Correct.
Nah.
Nobody knows. But I would guess it had something to do with his experiments.
I'm assuming. Steal the blood of young children? Oh no.
For something, don't you think?
No, is he stealing the blood of young children? Oh, Christ. This is gonna get worse before it gets better. So, what are you supposed to do as a voice?
This and that. Most of the time I'm busy reminding the residents of the Undercity to pay their shadow tax, and to make them feel the consequences if they don't.
Yeah, so, muscle and spy.
Anything from a clout to the ear to a knife between the ribs.
Jesus Christ. So, you want to kill the father for the good of the world, but you don't mind killing people for the Rolata. I don't quite understand what that means.
Alright, two things. First of all, I've killed no more than a handful of people for the Relata, and they weren't poor women with babes sucking at their teats, but scum, who knew the rules and thought they could play rebel.
Right.
Believe me, it takes a lot for the Relata to order the death sentence for someone. They are criminals, yes, and they are led by a monster, but they are not stupid.
Okay, so you guys still have a code.
If every misdemeanor were to be punished by decapitation, it wouldn't be long until there'd be a revolt in the Undercity. Secondly, nothing in life comes for free. If you think you can achieve something of relevance without compromising a part of yourself, then you're a fool. The death of the father could be worth 100 dead cutthroats, and I'd put arrows into each of their chests if it would get me any closer to my goal.
Good pipe of peace, man. Jesus, why is that stuff so expensive?
So, the ends justify the means? Is it that simple for you?
Call it what you will.
I just did. Always a pleasure.
Glad to be of service.
Yeah, I'm not giving you good boy
You
points
can
for
trust
that.
me on one thing, though. Killing these people, it didn't come easy. And some of the things that I did to not lose my cover will haunt me to the grave. But you know what? Sad as it is, the world needs people like me. All these do-gooders who think they could fight evil without getting their hands dirty are self-righteous idiots.
No.
The monsters
You
of this
equating
world,
getting your
the
hands dirty
murderers,
with
the
violence.
tyrants. You need to speak their language if you want to be a threat to them.
That's you being an idiot.
Everything else is a delusion.
Well, this man is a very cheerful lad who is very mentally stable and probably doesn't need any help at all living his life. And I definitely can see like tears in his eyes while he's talking. Christ. So, why would you not just wait for the transcendence so he fucks off?
That's a bloody stupid question.
Well,
okay, let's assume for a moment that we don't intervene and kill the father on the expedition. There are 3 possible scenarios to how this visit to the room of paintings would go down. Number 1, it goes wrong and he and whoever follows him inside all die. This is the only case where you're right. Number 2, he succeeds and actually manages to separate his mind from his body. Then we'd have a spectral murderer floating through the world possessing powers we can't even begin to imagine.
Right.
Number 3, the temple turns out to be a dead end and he returns to the Undercity. Then we might have missed the only chance to even get close enough to kill him. You get my point? It's too much of a risk to sit on our hands and hope scenario number 1 happens.
Can we just kill him on the way back then? I guess you don't want the whole magic psychotic murderer thing to happen. Flying around all over the place. I guess that makes sense. You don't want psychotic murder ghosts. But, you know. Was there something else to talk about? Yeah, there was. So, does Relata controls the entire Undercity, or?
It is. Why?
But how does that happen?
Well, actually, it's simple. Everybody who lives down here and earns money has to give a part of that to the Relata every month and get protection in return.
So taxes.
This applies to everybody, from beggar to crime lord.
Literally just taxes, okay? If they have nothing.
That's an exception.
Really? And what do you guys do with exceptions? How does the Order sort of stand on that?
On the contrary, the Order is quite happy with the way things are going down here.
I would assume so.
They take care on the shiny surface, and the Relata take care of the stinking caves below.
Yeah, that actually unfortunately sort of makes sense. Otherwise they'd have to deal with all the poors, and you wouldn't want to have to deal with all the poors, would you? Actually give them housing and food. That's a lot of work, guys. Can't we just fight grand evil and fate itself? Yeah, sure. So, how are you guys in terms of military?
You mean when it comes to killing cocky bandits and vampires? Quite powerful. I don't think you find more skilled sinistropes or assassins anywhere else. Of course, in a fair duel with a keeper, most voices would probably end up in the dirt. But that's not how people fight down here.
Really? Okay. Well, I guess it's sort of time to tell the man what we came here for.
Called you? What do you mean? Did he send a messenger?
He came to me in a dream.
Psionics. Figures.
So that was not just my mind playing tricks.
No, it wasn't your dream. It was an illusion.
Damn.
You must have planted it in your head while you were at the temple and simply triggered it last night. A mental puppet play, if you want to call it that.
So he already knows I'm coming. Why Dawn is coming?
No idea. Probably some kind of passphrase.
Or maybe he's just talking about his sexual achievements. Who knows? Does he have a wife named Dawn? Jesus Christ. Okay, so what should we do?
Well, go see him.
Sure.
You'll see what this is all about then, but I'm pretty sure he's considering you for the mission. And this is his last test. In other words, our plan has worked.
Oh yeah, that was the point, to be noticed. So, all I gotta do is listen to the man.
Correct. And, thank you for filling me in on this.
Yeah, pretty sure that's super important for whatever's gonna happen next. Well, that was super enlightening. The question is, what do I do now? I think I might actually go talk to the first seer. That's probably a good idea.